I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. We move on to page 37 of the Grade 2 Discovering Music Theory workbook, and we get another opportunity to look at the topic of intervals. In this case, the intervals are written out for us. We just need to describe them. We need to name them accurately. And it really is a simple case of making sure we count from 1 accurately. It sounds easy peasy, but it's so easy to forget to actually count 1. And also, now we can be having the notes presented to us in a different order, but the principle remains exactly the same. We always count from the lower note up. We're in G major, we're counting from this lower note. Here's our tonic, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to be extra sure, you can always just step out the degrees of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's not quite the whole story though, because G major should have F sharps. There's no key signature, but that would explain the presence of this accidental here in place of a key signature. So we can see here is a high tonic G, space, line, space, counting up. 1, 2, 3, that's a third. And if you want to be extra sure, we can think G, A, B, that's a note B, and that is indeed a third. Now we're right down below the stave here, still in the treble clef. This is a G, and we're counting, given note number 1, that's a tonic, 1, 2, counting space line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's a 7th, and that's F sharp is in place of the key signature. It's just the key signature of G major applied as an accidental. And so by all means do crack on and try these, and we'll just work them through and check them together. So press pause, have a go, and then when you're ready we'll check through them together. So I'm hoping you've had a go. Let's now look at this. So we're counting from E flat, counting from the tonic in the bass clef. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a 5th. And we're in E flat major, which has a key signature of B flats, E flats and A flats. So the E flat and the B flat are merely as accidentals in place of the key signature. And if you want to be sure, we can just step out the scale, because it sounds easy counting to 5, but it's so easy to miss counting the tonic. I know I keep saying that, but it really does happen a lot if you're not careful. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. See, I've remembered to do my E's straight this time. I keep forgetting. I tend to do curly E's and then I forget. So there we go. I've managed to do correct E's. So now we have a key signature of B flat. E flat will come twice. There's our tonic at the beginning and the end of the scale. And we also need A flats as well. So although these are reversed, we still always count from the lowest note. There's our E flat. It's very high in the bass clef. Up 1 step. So 1, 2. We've gone from the first step of the scale to the second. C, D, E, F. They are next door notes. That's a second. Way down in the bass clef now. This is still our tonic, and we're counting up as we always do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 6th. The only way you can go wrong is if you forget and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because you've forgotten to count the tonic. But we can be doubly sure because we know that the 6th is note C. Let's continue with exercise C. We're in D minor now. So you may not need to write this out, but I will do so just so you can be extra sure. There's our octave, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. We know that D minor is related to F major. Let's squeeze all of the revision opportunity out of this. F major and D minor both have a key signature of B flat. It's not there. We need to bear in mind that will be an accidental. And then the raised seventh gives us the C sharp. So now we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an octave. And we can see we've gone from D to D. Now, although these are reversed in order, we still always count up from the lowest note. Here's low D. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the sixth. And that's a note B flat. And we can see that is indeed a sixth. Back to the high tonic again. And although it's reversed, we still count upwards from the D. So we're counting D is the line, E is the space, D is the space, E is the line, F is the space. 1, 2, 3, that's a third. And we can see D, E, F is indeed the third. So from note 1 to note 3 of the scale gives us the interval of a third. Carrying on now with A minor, we can see we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a fifth. If you want to be sure, we can just write out the scale A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are the degrees of the scale. A minor is related to C major, so it would have a key signature of nothing, but we must remember the G sharp is our raised seventh. And we can see that E is indeed the fifth, so we know we're correct. Now, although it's the other way around, we still count upwards from the tonic A. We count from the lowest note up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a seventh. And the extra clue is there's our raised seventh, which explains the G sharp. So we know it's going to be a seventh really there. In A minor, that's the only accidental in that scale. So still counting upwards, but we're starting on a much higher tonic. We've gone from A to B to C to D. 1, 2, 3, 4, line, space, that's a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can see that that's note D, A, B, C, D, which is a fourth. We are nearly finished. D major, let's just quickly write out the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. D major has F sharps and C sharps. There's no key signature, but they will be present if those notes occur. We've gone from D to E, next door notes from 1 to 2, that's a second, and we can see there's a second. Even though this is the other way round, we still always count up from the lowest note. We count from the tonic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's note, if you think every good boy deserves football, F, G, A. We can see that A is indeed the fifth. That's correct. And then here we're counting up again from the tonic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an octave. And if you want to be sure, we can see that that's F, G, A, B, C, D. So of course, that's an octave. And then let's complete this one. And we'll do this one without writing the steps of the scale, so you can see that you can do it just as easily without, so long as you remember to count the tonic. So we need to remember that E minor is related to G major, which has a key signature of F sharps. That would be your key signature. And then the raised seventh will be the D sharp. So here we have E in the bass clef, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a fourth. Now we have a low E, 1, 2, 3, counting the first, the tonic is 1, 2, 3, that's a third, E, F, G. And then even though these are the other way around, we have still counting up from the tonic, E is 1, the next door note is 2, that's a second, that's from E to F, and we know that F sharp is what is the key signature would be, it's just being shown as an accidental, so that makes perfect sense. We have a final challenge here where we get just the same principle. They are still the intervals we've been counting in the previous exercise. It's just that this time they are actually within the concept of a melody. And it's interesting to note that when you get intervals that stack one on top of each other as a chord, we call those harmonic intervals, like a harmony. And when they come one after each other, we'd call that a melodic interval. In a melody, so far we've been counting melodic intervals coming one after each other, but not actually within the context of a melody. Here we get them kind of in real life action. So we have a bit of Leopold Mozart here, that's Mozart's dad. And we get to count the intervals, and so just the same principle, we can see that we're in A major. And here's our note A. We count up, even though they come in reverse order sometimes. We count 1, 2, 3, that's a third. So here's our tonic A again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can see that's a fifth. And so by all means do go ahead now and count from the lowest note to the highest note in each of these cases from this little extract of music by Schumann. So I'm hoping you've had a little go of this, and we can see that here we are. We could be in G major, or we could be in E minor. There are related keys which both share that key signature. And we can see here all counts E. There's our tonic, E, we're in E minor. There's our tonic, we're going to count up, counting the tonic as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 takes us to a C. There's a 6. And if you want to be extra sure, if you just feel a little bit thrown, just simply because it's within the context of a melody, you could always just give yourself that extra security. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. We know that E minor has a key signature of F sharps, and we would also raise the 7th degree of the scale. We could expect a D sharp as well. So here we have E to C, that's the 6th. And then even though they come in reverse order, we still count from the lowest note. There's our E, top E, off the stave in the bass clefs, that's middle C, D, E. If that's 1, the next door note, we've gone from line to space, we've gone to F. 1, 2, it's a second, and of course it's F sharp because your key signature is doing the job for you, and we can see there's the interval of a second. And so actually we've finished this section now, we've finished this chapter. We will get the opportunity to try some more exercises, but I suggest we leave it, just give ourselves a chance to forget, and then we get the opportunity to have a go at some revision when we come to the exam questions. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.